And welcome back to Across the Street Podcast with your hosts, Nihaal
and Daniel. What's up, guys?
What up? What up?
We are back.
We have switched seats.
Yeah, it's a little new look we're trying.
Yeah, because,
Because I'm a little shorter than Nihaal, so now I want to be elevated above him.
Okay, he said it, not me. So, all right. Taking shots at yourself now. I like it. How was the weekend?
My weekend was fine. It was boring. All I did was... What did I do this weekend? I cooked, I cleaned, I worked. Dude, most of the time it's literally the same thing every weekend for me. Yeah, everything like is
welcome to adulthood. If you're a kid watching this podcast, which
you should not be.
You should not be. Don't watch this podcast if you're under 18, please. Yeah. But yeah.
Under 16.
Okay, under 16. Cool. Yeah. You gotta... I think after 23, it comes to a point in your life where all you do is just kind of work or go to school and then go to sleep and eat.
Chores.
But it can't be that. You got to do other things, You
just got to find time some way, somehow.
Yeah, and you could always find time. I have a super busy schedule, yet I find time to record this podcast. But obviously, I do that because I have this lovely man right here that's willing to edit at 4 a.m. in the morning.
It's not like I have anything else to do on my days off. I stay up that late. But yeah, thank you for the appreciation.
Yes, I just want to tell the world that I have not edited any podcast. Maybe one episode.
You've edited one or two, I think.
Maybe one or two, but most of the editing is from Daniel.
Try my best out here.
Yeah, and we are not sponsored by Rick and Morty just yet, but hopefully one day.
After the casting change.
Is it casting change?
Well, aren't they changing the voice actor?
Oh, are they? I have no idea.
Yeah, after those allegations or something.
Oh, dude, I didn't even hear. I don't even know.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? What allegations?
Rick and Morty co-creator and voice actor Justin Roiland has been fired by Adult Swim due to Roiland being charged with domestic battery and false imprisonment. Roiland voices Rick, Morty, and a plethora of other characters throughout the show's first 6 seasons.
Rick and Morty's never going to be the same.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're going to find somebody. They'll be fine. Dude, they'll be fine. This isn't how I thought this podcast would start out.
No, that was a huge turn. Look at my whiteboard, man. I have so much fucking shit to do. Why am I here?
Because you like doing the podcast. And some of these things, regardless, you just end up doing later on.
I just won't do. Clean car has been there for years. Probably like 2 years now. Still hasn't happened. I finally hired a detailer for this Friday, so.
And we're putting bets now on how long that's going to last.
I say 2 days max.
You're going to say 2 days? I have a little more faith in you. I'll say 3 days.
The thing is like I really like opening the windows while driving in warm weather, so it's going to get dusty real quick.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to... Like, I think...
It's not as dirty as...
The thing is, I think you're not going to leave plates in there as often.
Ceramic plates.
It's okay. I don't drive, so I don't know the feel.
He just likes that my car takes him from point A to point B.
Facts. But, yeah, I do appreciate that you picked me up. But, yeah, I think it's different, though. In Toronto, where I live, it's a lot easier to get around by the bus than it is here.
Yeah. Here, it's like... Yeah.
How was your weekend, though?
My weekend was amazing and sad and amazing and sad.
Sounds like a really bipolar weekend, buddy.
Yeah, some crazy events happened this weekend. I'm really talking close to the mic, so this is actually a perfect position.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
You should switch.
Yeah, hell yeah. So there was one of the biggest tournaments ever. Sorry.
I think let's say biggest tournament in the province for volleyball.
Yes, biggest co-ed volleyball tournament in Ontario. It happens April 1 to 2 every year, or like the first weekend of April every year. Hasn't happened the past couple of years because of obviously, pandemic and stuff. So this was the first real time that I got to do it. I realized how small the volleyball community is as well because, I recognize probably like 5% of the people out of, the 150 teams. So no, 5% of the teams out of the 150 teams. So it was really fun in that aspect, and highly recommend going to Kitchener Waterloo tournament, April 1 and 2 every year. We booked a hotel. We stayed. We played 2 tournaments. We slept a total of 4 hours the entire weekend probably, and it was fun. Had a really good group of people come through. So
that's dope. How was I guess, what's it called? I always find that like it's so much fun to when you go out and like chill at a hotel with your friends, because it's like you guys just either play some type of games or stuff like that. You'll like shoot
one of my
the shit.
regrets is not bringing my Nintendo Switch there. I should have done that. We just ended up playing like the regular card games or whatever.
All right, any of your friends like Smash players? Like who what?
No, actually, no. I don't think any of them were video game players.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, then like.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we could all play like
Mario Kart or Mario Party or something.
or even volleyball. We could have played volleyball with the.
Oh, the Nintendo Sports, right?
Yeah. I think people would really like that. That would have been sick, but yeah, I haven't really touched my Switch recently. It's been collecting dust.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Anyways, fuck the small talk. We're gonna get into the real talk.
Ooh, Nihaal's a little eager. A little eager to get into.
Yeah, I don't want no small talk with you. I see you fucking every week, bro.
This guy, I think we see each other like 2 to 3 times a week.
I know. Fuck off, man. I don't want to see you no more.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. Mom, I'm sorry I swear so much on the podcast.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
You're not sorry.
I'm very open to swearing. I think I'd let my kids swear at a young age.
I still don't think I would.
Really?
Just because it's not about the swearing. I think it's about
The intention.
Like if you're like, I cuss when I'm pissed, right? And in letting your
No, as long as they don't swear directly at you. If he calls me like a motherfucking...
No, but I think it's not a healthy way of like, I think it's just getting used to swearing for like negative reasons, I guess, is not a lesson I think, or not a teaching you want to instill in your kid, than to find a healthier outlet of being angry or negative emotion. So that's why I don't think swearing would be a good outlet for that. Like, I get it when you get older, but like if my kid's like 10, 11, like swearing like motherfucker or something like that, no. Like, I don't want my kid doing that out of anger, especially in class when you could teach other kids that, or just put a bad impression, right? Because swearing does also, even in the adult life, like swearing often still gives off an impression, right?
Yep.
So
hopefully I get the bad cop impression in this.
You think you're gonna be the bad cop?
Probably not. I'll be honest with you.
As a parent, I mean.
Oh, as a parent?
I think you're gonna be you're gonna simp for your kids too hard.
I'm too nice.
You're gonna simp for your kids so hard.
Yeah, I wasn't really raised by bad cop parents. Both of them were pretty good cops. If anything, surprising enough, my mom would have been the bad cop.
My mom was definitely like all love to my mom. I love her, but she was definitely the bad cop out of my mom and dad.
Yeah. I think that's usually the case, especially since we're both male.
Yeah.
So, yeah, usually the dad's just like, I'll just let it slide. I'll just buy this guy this thing, whatever, right? Yeah. So,
but yeah, but I think out of the two of us, I think you're still the good cop.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I am. I act all hard and stuff, but I'm still a softie. Yeah.
Little bitch.
Yeah, I'm a little bitch.
Pussy ass bitch.
I feel like since I'm sitting here, I'm looking into the camera more. I don't usually look in the camera this much. I usually look at you.
Yeah, I usually don't look too much into the camera. I usually like to,
Yeah, I just really like how this mic's right next to me today. And oh my god, watch the audio be so shit because the
audio's actually going really well. I can see it from here. Okay. It's not low.
Okay. Awesome. Everyone could hear my nice deep voice and they're gonna be like, damn, Nihaal has a deep voice. Yeah. I didn't know that. I can never tell because he's always talking.
And then while I'm editing again, it'll just be like, fuck, Nihaal's mumbling again, bro. No,
yeah.
But yeah, to go back to it, what's our topic, buddy? What is it? Huh? What's our topic?
Our topic is leading people on.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's fucking heavy.
I'm gonna go 2-way street. We're actually a 4-way street. Let's do this.
4-way street.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about obviously females leading us on.
Us like males on.
Yeah, as males on, and then also we fight for the females as well, as in like why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And then same thing with us leading girls on, and then why we do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. I totally get it. We also, This probably, like, I guess I'm going to discuss it now as logistics. I would really wish we could have gotten a girl today.
I know.
Because I think it would have been really cool to get that perspective. We can also revisit this.
We can.
We definitely can revisit this.
Yeah, this is actually kind of going to be a little bit of a revisit episode just because there was an episode that couldn't air just due to technical difficulties.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
But,
for sure.
Yeah, there was... It was really close to this topic, and I wish that aired so then we could have connected some dots.
Yeah.
But
doesn't mean we won't, like. I don't know if we're ever gonna air that, but yeah, this will be a good revisit for this topic at least, and even for that one. But
all right, even before that, then let's talk about this one. Can guys and girls be friends?
They can be. Yeah, I think guys and girls can be friends. I just don't think they can be best friends.
Okay. They can't be best friends.
They cannot be best friends. I think if we're going into like, just to kind of be a bit more specific, but a straight man or a straight woman or a straight guy and a straight girl,
yes,
cannot be best friends in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
just strongly in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, and what I mean by best friends is they cannot be your top friend over everybody. Yeah. Like I have like close female friends that are like probably in my like top 5 to 10 friends.
Yeah.
They're not my top 1 to 3.
Yep. Exactly. That's where I'm getting at too. I feel like best friends, for me at least, they kind of like there's different best friends
right
throughout my life. Yeah, there's always like a friend that's like in top 5, top 3. Yeah. But I feel like a best friend can change pretty significantly. Like even right now, you're like pretty much close to being my best friend now, right?
Yeah, we hang out and talk a lot.
We FaceTime at night.
Yeah,
whatever, all that stuff. But at the same time, a year ago, I don't even think you were in my top 5. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, like, so like so.
What? Wait, what?
Times change.
If I guess this quickly visit that about like last year, we were just pretty much playing volleyball every now and then.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, after the cottage trip, that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
and then I think we really got like if we visit like where we both would consider going up in each other's friend ranks would be definitely during the summer. I would say during the summer to late summer.
I think peak was when you came to my soccer tournament and took photos.
Yeah, and then after that we
because you got to know my special friends that day really well.
Special friend.
My couple of special friends. There's a couple of special friends.
Yeah.
Shout out Nancy.
Yo, honestly, it's like if Nancy watches this, it's really fun to clown Nancy. Yeah. It's really fun to.
Yeah, Nancy's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's great.
Anyways, yeah. So what I was getting to is like, yeah. So recently, started hanging out with this girl very often, a little too often, but at the same time, just as friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Just as friends because we just had the same interests and everything, and we just kind of did our thing every single day. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that there's 2 things I want to say about guys and girls being friends. One, if the guy catches feelings for a girl or if the girl catches feelings for the guy, it's gonna be very hard to be friends after.
It is. It is like
at the beginning I was like, it's not, you can't be friends, but I think now it's like it's gonna be very hard because of 2 situations. Because I've been in both situations when I caught feelings for a female friend. One situation is it's just her, and then she's not really integrated into your friend group or anything, and then after that she's a little bit more easier to just kind of like cut off completely.
Right.
Once you catch feelings, it's like, oh yeah, she was a good part of my life for a couple months, but now we can't be friends at all, kind of thing.
Right.
But then scenario 2 is when she's already kind of integrated in your friend circle.
Ah, I see what you mean.
And I saw this TikTok recently about like you shouldn't date anybody or catch feelings for anybody in your friend circle for that very reason, because now everything just gets awkward and all that stuff.
And even like if you go into a sense of even if you don't know, it's like even if other people don't know how you feel about that person within your friend group, it's awkward for you at that sense because you don't know how you're trying to navigate that, both just friendship feelings, regular dynamics, and that it's just tough overall for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And Yeah, honestly, I thought of her as a friend for the longest time, but I don't know. Something happened somewhere, some way, and I caught feelings.
Aw.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It was cute.
Yeah, it's not like shit like that happens all the
It
time.
was cute. Yeah, and that's the other thing that I want to talk about in this podcast too. Sorry, I'm just fucking taking a lead at this point. You're shutting out the entire podcast. This is just me tonight.
Fine by me.
This is my therapy session. Therapy session to the world. Everybody's gonna know, but you have no idea who this girl is, and you'll never find out because she's just a friend now. And she always was a friend. Mm-hmm. She was never more than a friend. She was always a friend.
You don't have to point at me, man.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I didn't say anything.
No, I'm just saying, guys. You know what I'm saying. I'm just confirming. We're only friends. That's it. That's all that happened. Okay. So where was I getting at?
I mean, the only thing I can really say to that is it's hard because when you get to that point, it's like, from my perspective, if being in that position, you get caught into different cues, right? Like, you're wondering at a point where do they feel the same, or am I the only one feeling this? Are certain things that they do because they might feel the same? Like, you start getting to these kind of certain things that's like, you're trying to make it easier on yourself, but also like hoping that something can happen from it, right? And to be honest, that's a really tough situation.
Things, yeah.
But like, I guess we don't really like. Would you say certain situations? Do you think that leading on though, like if we're going into this topic here,
that's what I'm saying. So leading on for me is what girls say. Oh, I was just really friendly with him. That's their go on thing, right?
Right.
But
okay.
For guys, it's like, especially a guy that has not been around a friendly girl like her in a while. Like, you know, you're like, damn, she's into me.
It's easy to associate it, right? Yeah, for sure.
So you kind of have to have clear-cut conversations, and you really have to close that door at the beginning. And for us, that wasn't really closed. Yeah, we might have had some conversations, but she still gave me a sliver of hope. And yeah, that was completely shut down.
Okay.
Shout out to past Nihaal that worked on himself in 2021, 2022. Because if he didn't work on himself, he'd be absolutely broken, because she is amazing. And, you know, I just know how to heal from it. So already, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm just a little tired today, but I'm cool.
Okay. If we just cut, like, if there's any cuts at this point, because Nihaal went to go cry in a corner for like 5-10 minutes, and then we have to... No, but yeah, I mean, I would say from me being around you, having a past experience similar to this, you're definitely handling it a lot better. I guess it's something that's not really bothering you, at least visibly, like it was before. Like, I've seen it happen for you. Like, I'll even go back to this, the time that we've mentioned before where Nihaal and I first went to a cottage together. There was a point where Nihaal, he was just so, like, out of it that I found him just lying down in his bed, just staring at the ceiling. And apparently, I didn't even know this, but he'd FaceTime, like, 2 of his friends while, like, in there afterwards. Like, we were all having fun in the cottage. I come into, like, one of my friends lets me know in the room. It's like, hey, can you check out Nihaal? He just went into you guys' room. And he was just staring at the ceiling, eyes wide open, just looking at the ceiling. And I found out, like, later on, too, that he'd FaceTime, like, 2 other people, which is pretty tough.
Crazy times.
Yeah. So now, like, to go from that to this, where you're just kind of like, it sucks, but I'm just going, life moves on, right?
Life moves on to the next. And also, I think this is what I was getting to earlier, too, where it's like, when you're a dude, a girl says no, it's like, you could cry about it. Yeah, the thing is like, you can't not cry about it, because, like,
yeah, you can't feel shitty.
Bro, it's like fucking 4 months, 5 months, or however many months of just, like...
You've built up some sort of affection.
Yeah, right? Like, affection and feelings. And then, you know, when your world comes crashing down, obviously you're going to feel a little shit. And you have to show the girl that, you know, like, actually meant, and this was serious, whatever.
Yeah.
At the same time, what I did with that other girl from a while ago...
Yeah.
I was like, took me like 6 months.
You're in pretty tough shape. I remember that specifically.
That was literally 6 months. It took me 6 months, but this one, I think by a couple of days.
I think you'll be fine. Like, I think even now you're like, I consider this fine, because even if you're feeling it, but you're still kind of not letting it affect you on your day-to-day basis, you're okay.
Exactly. Oh yeah. No, trust me.
But, I mean, I wanted to ask again. I forgot if I like actually asked this. what qualifies to you as a girl? Like, what else like qualifies to you as a girl leading on? You said it's the girl being like overly friendly, but I think there's other ways.
Oh, leading you on? Yeah. No, straight up, I feel like when girls lead you on, and this is not just okay, if you're one of the two girls and you're watching, but just it's just generalization, but like out of everything, like I feel like when girls lead people on, they just want the boyfriend experience without the actual label. The comfort, the compliments, the simping.
Yeah.
Simping as in just being there on time, like when she wanted something, I was there kind of thing. And but at the same time, this one, like the reason why I like really misinterpreted this one is because like she did the same for me too.
Right.
When I needed something, she was always there. She was this, that, everything. And that's why this one sucks a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because it was both ways. But I feel like a lot of ways, girls just lead guys on when it's just one way. Like the guy's just doing stuff for the girl.
So
like buying dinners.
It's like different acts of like certain different kinds of acts towards the girl, right? Like attention, affection. I was gonna say one of the things I want to mention on that is like attention is really big on that. Like girls, like from my experience as well, girls like the attention.
Oh yeah, they love it.
They like the attention of especially of a guy that not necessarily. They might not even find them attractive or they might not be even like interested in them. But if it's like a decent dude that they find like they're good friends with, then for sure they're gonna let that guy kind of dote on them in that sense. I feel like another reason why, like, I don't know, a girl could lead you on in terms of in different situations, right? Like, I don't know. I have been in a situation where I've been led on in a sense where it got to a point where at least we kind of affirmed that there was something going on. And we'd gone out a few times, and then when it kind of got a little more intense, like there was they backed off. And I was kind of confused, and I wanted to talk about it at least. I feel like from my perspective, I wanted to open up on it, right? Yeah. I wanted to see what could be done, or like at least get a straightforward answer of how I'm feeling. And for a while, I was just kind of left hung out to dry on that sense, right? So in that sense, I felt like I was getting led on because it definitely felt like there was something there. And then to be kind of left hung out to dry and not even like ghosted, like they just basically say, oh, like we'll talk about this another time, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth, right?
They just want you in, like
and that for me was like you're just kind of delaying it and at that point you kind of like, for me, I was getting feeling shitty about it, right? Because I like this person, and I wanted to see where it went. But the tough part about that, I guess, navigating that was getting the answer, and also it felt like they're just not necessarily leading me on because they like the attention at that point, but they were trying to avoid the confrontation there. So they didn't want to deal with a difficult approach of not telling you no.
Because they don't want to hurt you either, because at the same time, everyone hates hurting people.
Yeah, if you're a decent person, you don't want to let somebody down,
That's what I'm saying. So if anything, I'm very thankful that this girl said no and closed the door fully.
Yeah.
Recently, just because she's been integrated to my friend groups already and everything, and I just hate to have to kick her out. You know what I'm saying? Because
note, right?
Because like, oh my god, she's been nothing but amazing, and no one hates her. That's the thing. Like literally, you could ask any of my friends, no one hates her, and I don't even hate her.
Yeah.
It's what I said earlier. It's like I'm not mad at her. I won't be like, oh, she's a fucking stupid bitch. Why didn't you? None of that. It's like she has the right to say no to me.
Exactly.
Right. And if she does it, on to the next, and then I just work on myself. She gives me, she tells me this, that, and I'm like, okay, I'll work on those things, and something will happen.
Yeah. But for me, I guess the toughest part is, I think, as much as people don't want to hear the answer, it's still better, in my opinion, to hear a no than to be left wondering why or what, left without a conclusion.
Exactly.
It's not really it's like you're left hanging on a cliff and you don't know what's going to happen next. Right? Because there's still that hope, and then there's still that like then it's just a disappointment. It's just kind of a roller coaster and but loop the loop or back and forth with that.
But I think that's what people like too. That's what guys and girls
Like the
might
chase
like.
kind of.
Chase, yeah, just straight up.
That's true.
Up and down.
That's a good one.
It's amazing, and also I don't want to, because the thing is like now, like since the doors closed, it's like I can't do all the things that we did in like the past couple of months and stuff.
Yeah, because to a point, there's a point, especially when it's going well, that chase is fun.
But when you're chasing, it will always crash and burn. Always. It's either you're gonna crash and burn, or you guys are gonna get married and have kids. There's no in between.
I feel like crash and burn though is like, if it's gonna crash and burn when you chase, when not both of you are on that same page in a way. And it's weird because like it doesn't really make sense where it's like, well, how are you going to be on the same page as one person chasing? No, I mean like if you guys are both like have feelings for each other, then that chase is fun. Like you don't want to like, and to certain extents, I don't think you want to just give up easy because you want to feel like that person's kind of fighting for you. But that's, you have to be on the same page in that sense. Like if you're just chasing somebody and they're just like either like giving it half-assed to you, then you know they're not really into it, right? Or they're just, you're definitely not on the same page. You know? That's how I kind of look at it. Have you, and you don't have to reveal too much about it, but have you ever led somebody on?
That's the other thing too. So I'm just going to use the argument that girls use all the time where it's just like, I was too nice to them. The thing about me is like, I'm a very social person, and I feel like girls are more comfortable being around me if I hype them up a little bit, you know? Just like, you know, oh my God, your hair looks so good today, you know? But obviously not that voice, but just like, you know, I just compliment them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like yesterday, I straight up looked into a girl in the eyes and I'm just like, bro, you have some beautiful eyes. Like, you know? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like if that girl was not used to, you know, friendly dudes like me, they will, you know, think that I'm hitting on them, but I'm not. Whereas I'm just, you know, just being friendly and having them trust me and etc. So maybe some girls might think that's leading them on, but at the same time, you know, I know my extents. I know I'm not the most handsome guy in the world and stuff. So
shut the fuck up. You're a handsome dude.
Yeah, chill.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm telling you, if like, okay, this is what I'm saying. It's like if I was like a 6'3", muscular, tattooed, whatever guy, and then I said the same thing. I looked into the same girl's eyes and I was just like, yo, mommy.
Mommy.
Or something like that. Then
she'd drop her pants right there.
Yeah, that's it. Right, that's it. So there's those extents too.
Yeah.
But what I realized too is like you also need to have some core values as well.
For sure.
You can't just go chase any girl anywhere anytime. It has to be, you have to have respect for yourself too. Right. And this kind of argues with like kind of like hookup culture as well too. I don't know. I can't hook up. I don't know. I just that's the thing about this girl too. It's just like I fall in love too quickly. I hate the L word, but like I feel like I fall in love. Like if I have a crush on you, I'm obsessed with you. Like I wake up in the morning thinking about you. I wait for your snaps. I wait for your texts. I wait for your, you know, everything. Like I can't have, oh, I find you attractive. I find you physically attractive, and I'm just gonna, you know, smash one day and then call it a day. Like I'm not that type of person. I'm super lover boy vibes, and that's what I think scares some girls at least.
Maybe not. Is it just because you think it comes on too strong at once?
Yeah, too strong is in like, I mean, people are afraid of commitment these days too.
Oh, for sure, right? For sure.
So this is what I was gonna bring up too. Like back in the days, I feel like I said this in another podcast episode, but back in the days, like in the 90s and stuff, when internet or, you know, everything wasn't really that big, there's only a certain number of options. So like if you lived in, you know, my city, it's like, oh, the people in your high school, the people down the street, whatever, or like you might run into them in a coffee shop, and then that's kind of like the population. And it's like you kind of have a gesture like, okay, this is what it is, so I'm gonna learn how to love her more because this is probably gonna be the only pretty girl, right? Whereas now it's just like there's so many freaking options, and that's why, you know, divorce rates are higher, cheating's higher, etc., right? So I don't know.
I think things are easier, and when people don't want to stick it out,
and then people just and then also hate to go all religious on you guys, but I think that's the testament on why you should be closer to God too, where it's like, if you're more religious, the thing about religion, no matter what religion it is, unless it's some crazy religion, I guess there's some religions that are okay with like whatever, but most religions are just like, hey, like find a wife, have a kid, just have, one love, etc., and just be like, focus on one female kind of thing. And I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of broken people out there, and broken people make broken people. Do you know what I'm saying? So like if you hook up with a broken girl, then you're going to turn into a broken dude, and then after that you're just going to keep breaking other people, because you're slowly going to realize. And then after a bunch of hookups and stuff, holy shit, I know this is going to bite my ass, but it's whatever. I think it's a safe thing. I think people will agree with this, but yeah, I don't know, I've had friends and stuff that have hooked up with many girls, and then after that, at the end, they're just like, they feel empty inside still, right? And at the same time, please don't trim this out and argue it or anything, because I'm not experienced in both sections. Like, I've never had a super long-term relationship. I don't think I've had a relationship for more than a year, like a super serious one for more than a year.
Yeah.
And I've never hooked up with anybody either, right? So but from what I've understood and what I need, or what I've been looking for all my life, is like, I just want to fall in love with one girl and like be the provider. You know what I'm saying? That's what that dude wants to do. Just be the provider, etc. I'm so sorry. This is getting so deep. I'm just like straight up talking to the camera.
Don't worry.
But yeah, and I just want to do all the things that I did with this friend, with her, with that future whoever it is.
Yeah.
And just have her by my side, do my thing, her support me, I support her. That's what it's all about, because right. I feel like if you're being that intimate with a lot of different people at the same time, like those girls or guys that are, texting like 10 different people at the same time and stuff, having a roster and stuff, it's just, you feel empty at the end, because no one truly loves you. And I really do believe in true love. I really believe that you can love for sure.
Yeah.
The end. Okay, go.
If I'm going to kind of add on to that, especially, I'm going to step away more from the religious part of it, because for me, I don't feel too strongly, even though I do have a religion I was born into, right?
Yeah.
That I don't think that religion necessarily dictates those things. While I do think it gives good values towards relationships and love.
Yeah.
I think as long as you're like, at the end of the day, as a good person, like, you're just trying to find your kind of way along, then I think love will come, especially in helping you find another good person. At the very root of it, like, just try to be the best to be a good person, and a good person will come to you.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? Yeah. Where it's like, so that's what I was trying to get into, like, God and religion too, where it's like, what I know, like, a lot of people are like out of touch, like even me, like, I'm not the most religious guy and stuff, but from what I've understood from religion itself is like, they're teaching you to become a good person, like, as in, like, good as in, like, like for Muslims and stuff, it's like not to drink, not to eat pork or whatever. But people are gonna like that. But at the same time, it's like, drinking is bad for you. That's why it's like, it's good things that they're doing. And then exactly.
And I think
like not to swear and stuff. Like,
exactly. I think, and it's up to us as people to take away what those teachings are, because at the same time, it's like there's certain things that may apply, may not apply, but the certain things is it's just trying to it's just trying to show you that there's like you just to be a good person in life. There's ways to learn. There's ways to put good habits, and to help you have healthy emotions, healthy ways to live, healthy ways to release negative emotions, and healthy ways to handle every situation in life. And I think that's what they try to teach you, whether it's old-fashioned examples but you just take it away and try to modernize it into what we have right now. Yeah. I think when it comes to, if I just circle back now to, like, I guess the hookup culture aspect of it, I think not everybody necessarily wants to be into a hookup culture, but a lot of the times it's misconstrued as, it feels like it's the only way to kind of find love, is to, like, sleep with somebody sometimes. And it's a really fucked up way to look at it, right?
Yeah. I think it's just a human nature. Like, as in,
it's a very, like, raw...
It's a primal instinct.
Exactly.
But at the same time, after it happens, I feel like people are just empty.
And it's hard because sometimes just that primal instinct or that action itself can be definitely tied into associating feelings of love too. Yeah. And that's where leading on can kind of come back into it, right? Yeah. Where somebody might hook up with somebody and one of the parties might feel the same.
Let alone like sex, like I'm talking about like just even a kiss.
Yeah, like exactly. That's what I mean. Like in terms of actions where it's like it could happen at a party where you, like for example somebody makes out with somebody or like you guys have been flirting at a party, you guys hold hands, you guys get really touchy and like stuff. Somebody can definitely misconstrue that as wanting something more. Yeah. And it can even be like, damn, over something like you've never even met the person, all of a sudden you're just thinking about them all the time. Exactly. And it's a shitty feeling to get yourself into when it's not even your intention, right? Yeah. And like you end up leading somebody on inadvertently. But I think if we
So I think the conclusion we're getting at here is like when you lead people on, it's just that we want the idea of love or like we want the idea of having the person, but then you don't actually want the person.
Yeah. Like if you really want the person, then those things are, because some of those things can be really general, right? Yeah. Like just the affection of it or the attention of it. Like if you really want the person, you'll think about it way more in depth, cater to the person, right? Yeah. If I'm in love with somebody, I'll think about, like not just necessarily getting somebody flowers, right? Or like those things are pretty simple, I'd say. From my perspective, it's still nice to do. But small things like, they work at like if I was with somebody and they work a job that goes till late to like 11:30 or something, what can I do? Could I pick them up? Could I send them an Uber to get them home or something like that?
You start caring for them. That's what I'm saying.
And it's in very specific ways too, not just like, oh, you want to go eat? I'll pay for the bill. Something
exactly.
Like
that. I think that's just like the male nature. Even I wouldn't say male nature. I'll take that back. It's like whoever likes the other person, or if you even as like that's what I'm saying. Like
whatever person you like, you will think about them specifically.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd want to pay for them, and I don't know.
And then at the same time, it's like aside from those things, I think it's really tough, especially when you get to when somebody else is leading somebody on. When they're thinking about that other person that way, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you were like I was leading somebody on, and they were thinking about me like specifically, like what, like when I get off work, or thinking about have I been like spending too much and I'm going back in school? Like, what ways can we do? Like, talk to them about that and stuff like that. Very specific things, right? And then for the other person to think, like, when am I hanging out with her today? Or like, what's it called? Just like trivial things, not necessarily hanging out, but like, what are we gonna do today? Like, are we I think it's just, that's when leading on can get really, really tough and complicated. You know what I mean? But I think now to kind of branch off into another portion of leading on, because that was a really deep portion of it, I'll be honest. But
sorry, can you just say one more thing? Go for it. One more thing before. I just feel really bad for... Okay, I can only say guy to girl because, I'm a guy and the girls. But I feel bad for the girl every time this happens because on her side, I'm such a good friend. Like, I do everything. And I know it hurts on their side. And I got to say, I applaud you for rejecting me. As simpy as that sounds, as fucking beta male as that sounds, I applaud you for rejecting me because, like, it means that you're not leading me on even further. Yeah. It means that you're not, using me as an advantage or anything. It's just straight up, you're just like, hey, like, I can't do it. And I really appreciate that. And I know that it can be very hard and you might be rethinking things about it, everything. I know it's tough, but you got to empathize for that side of a girl too.
Just to add on to that too, like sometimes leading on can be inadvertent, right? Like we were just talking about earlier, like how you mentioned for yourself, you're just a friendly person and somebody can misconstrue that as feelings. It sucks because you just want to be the person you are, and then somebody falls for that, and you can't help that they do. If anything, that's a beautiful thing to do, fall in love for somebody.
Oh my god, falling in love is the most beautiful thing ever. Yeah, that's all people ever want.
Yep. Love. Now, if we're going on to the little more, I guess, less serious side of it, I think the other times, like, at least from what I've seen, like, because I'll be honest, I've been a person who's been in the position of where I've led somebody on, and it's a hard position to be in because back then for me, it wasn't like I was trying to do it like maliciously. It was more like it's the same case, and I learned it's I guess it's a full circle thing where when I was young, I just didn't know how to say no. I didn't know where to kind of come across that. Like they'd want to hang out, or like they'd start to like plan like as soon as we were kind of getting into it, I was starting to realize, nah, I'm not feeling it, right? And as much as you like the attention, once you slowly start realizing you're not feeling it, you don't want to be around that person as much, I guess.
Yeah.
And like, no offense to them, it's just you can't help how you feel. And that point, I had no idea how the fuck to say no. And the difficulty was just like, yeah, I guess I'll come along. And you could tell I was visibly not as into it, or I wasn't as like affectionate with a person, right? And it's a really tough situation. And unfortunately for that, in that case, I ended up like, they just ended up falling, like being disappointed and falling like out of feelings for me because I wasn't reciprocating what they were giving. So in a sense, it kind of comes back to bite you full circle for me in that sense, right? But that could like, it's just tough from a guy's, like from my perspective there, where it's like, damn, I don't want to hurt this person. I just don't know what to do, and I hate confrontation. I really hated confrontation back when I was a bit younger. And this is now to turn into a malicious side of it, I guess, and it's not me. But what I've observed is, especially from a guy's side, some guys just want their cake and eat it too, right? Like they want like what you're talking about. It's
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. So this podcast is just us two. We are not.
So we're not speaking for other people. We're speaking on what we've observed. We're speaking on what we've experienced.
No, that's what I was about to say. And also, I was about to say, us two are not the type of guys that eat cake or however you
like you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like
I have a feeling some girls are gonna watch this podcast and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you fucking liars! Like all guys ever want is just my body, etc." But exactly, it's like I literally can't tell you anything because I'm not that. I'm not that type of guy. Like you know?
I'm like it's hard to say. Like you just, I guess it, unless like in a perspective where it's mutually agreed on that it's not affection, like just it's there's not affection.
Yeah, they say that, but I don't know. You watch this movie Friends with Benefits, they end up getting
like,
married.
I just don't want to count it. I just don't want to count that out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But from my perspective, there'll be guys who are like, there'll be guys, even girls, where they'll lead somebody on because they want all that relationshipy stuff, like you were saying. Like, and the guys just try, like the guy or the girl's just trying so hard, and it's like they want to feel that relationship, and then the guy or the other party is just like, yo, I got like this girl wrapped around me, like I can just keep, like I got this person wrapped around me, I can just keep him around, and then like if I want to dump them, I find somebody who I really want. Then that's like a really fucked up way of leading on. Like I've seen that happen. I've heard about it. I've observed it. It's rough. It's really rough. I've been in a situation where I've been in a a relationship or a situationship where it's like leading on, and it's kind of tough, right? Because it was one of those things where I had already broken up with somebody, right? And we were kind of just like dealing with the aftermath of like, you don't really want to let go, but you should, kind of thing. And one of the most assholey things, or just the most like shitty things I've ever been told, is like, I guess we'll just keep this up till I find someone better.
You said that, or
that was told to me? Yeah, I never really thought about that till like maybe like a year after, but I'm like, god damn, that was a fucked up thing to say.
Our audio listeners are like, why didn't you react? Dude, look at my face.
Nihaal was just like literally just frozen, and then his eyes just got wider. It was kind of great. But like it's just to think of it, you're coming off a relationship and you're still somehow kind of leading on. And like that glossed over in the moment, because like we were like literally hanging out like we were in a relationship, but like we were broken up. And then when it really hits once they actually move on, and once the dust kind of settles in that sense. So when it hit, it fucking hit. I'm like, god damn. Like, well, to be fair, I don't think they found somebody better, but that's more of my vindication. But yeah, like that's something where it's like it really fucks with your head. It really messes with your head when it comes to that. Like I didn't even know you could be led on in a situation like that, right? But it is what it is. Like it just feels like they kind of used you in that sense. And I think leading on in a way is just in certain situations is just a different form of using somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a really weird situation for me. A really weird time in my life. One thing, you didn't necessarily answer my question. Have you ever actually led somebody on? Like in your opinion, like if you really look back on it, like I'm not trying to like force it out of you, but I want you to kind of even look back where you feel like you could have let somebody on. Like even if you don't feel like you do right now.
Not now. Maybe like for sure a long time ago. I don't know. I don't know. It was too long ago. I can't. Like,
yeah.
It's nothing recent, so if I say anything, I'm probably just gonna make it up. So I don't want to.
Fair enough.
I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I don't think I really lead people on like that. Just because I don't really look for girls. You know what I'm saying? They come to me.
My bad. They come to you. My fucking bad, dude. Yeah, okay. My bad. Yeah, Nihaal's blessed. Nihaal's blessed. Just because he's social, he's blessed.
I only start chasing them once I know that they express a little bit interest in me. So that's the biggest problem. That's why so many girls have led me on.
It's so tough in those situations because you never know unless you confront them. And confrontation is probably the thing that chases them away.
Bro, like, I talk to, like, I have a lot of female friends and stuff, but at the same time, like, I don't think I'm leading them on. Hopefully I'm not. I might, There's that, but
that's what I mean. Because it's like,
and I also have like strict rules too. Not strict rules, but just like
you have a very templated thing in mind.
Like for example, like it has to be a brown girl. Like that's like number one. Like I might be a little flirty with my white girlfriends or whatever, but at the same time, it's like I know that there's no chance that I'm going for her.
Because
that I'm chasing her.
In a sense, to a certain extent, like to a very certain level, you know what you want.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Brown
girls like. Bare minimum. Bare minimum is just brown. But
the cultural connection.
Yeah, cultural connection. Yeah. Brown, but then at the same time it's like she's like from Kerala, like South India. Like damn. And then after that, she's Muslim. Damn. Okay, and then after that, then I'll probably just chase her until she's my wife. But
you're just gonna annoy her until she gives in.
It's like it's like just be my wife. Please be my wife.
You just do Borat?
Yeah.
That's a good one. But
this last girl that kind of, I don't know, that kind of led me on. It's just we just did too many relationship-y stuff together, and
like you guys like.
I should have stopped.
The one-on-one hangouts can really make it.
But I really liked it. Right. Yeah. And it was kind of my fault too. So she let me on and she did warn me. She's like, yeah.
But you also steered into the skid.
I know, because it was so good. It was so fun. Oh my god, the one-on-one hangs out was so cute. Yeah. I fucking loved it.
Because like sometimes too, you would snap me when y'all were hanging out, and I was like, that's pretty fucking cute.
I know, it is cute. Yeah. And
it's okay. I hope this didn't like reverse kind of any like.
Oh, make me sad now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling like I think the thing about my previous one, like in 2021 or whatever, was I couldn't stand it if another guy was going for her. Like her kissing another guy in my head would absolutely destroy me. But for this girl right now, it's like, yeah, maybe a little bit, but I don't think nearly as
I get
2021 girl. So.
I think that's something that like you have to like. Especially after the first time you really feel that strongly, it's like you have to realize like people are going to kiss other people. Like stuff like that happens.
I hate that. I hate that so much. Don't. Oh no.
like development of love.
She's mine. I want her. Stop. No one gets her except for me.
But yeah, like it's hard because that can be a really strong feeling, especially at first when you don't know how to understand that feeling that people just like goes on, right?
Life goes on and on and on and... Okay, wait, I can sing better. Life goes on and on and on and on.
I think you sung it better the first time.
Where's Christina?
Where's Christina? Yo, FaceTime her right now.
Bro, she's studying, bro. It's exams. Yeah. Oh shit, 420 is coming up. Have any plans?
I don't smoke.
Oh yeah, fuck.
I don't smoke.
I don't smoke either, guys. But I was just trying to get it out of him.
You're trying to get something me to just say I smoke or something?
Yeah.
I have not smoked in a long time.
Okay, good. Smoking is bad for your lungs. Please do not do it.
Yeah, you don't want the lung cancer.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, but yeah, just I don't know. Our age is so weird because it's just
It's literally every single part of it is just figuring stuff out.
Yeah, especially relationships, because
Oh.
like there's like we talked about this way back in the religion versus relationships episode, but it's just like we have a couple of routes to go. Like, do you want to fight for your love?
Yeah.
Do you want to go the traditional route, or do you just want to stay single forever?
Right now, I don't think I'm gonna want to stay single forever, but I definitely want to stay single right now.
Okay.
And
For me, it's yeah. If time comes, they come, right? So yeah, is that what you're feeling too? If they come, they come.
if they come, they come. Yeah, because I'm not.
What if you go to volleyball today and there's like this fucking K-pop looking ass,
Pop looking ass girl?
girl in the other team? Would you propose to her on the spot? Do you have a ring in your pocket right now?
No, I don't.
Fuck.
I don't have a ring in my pocket. I have this headphone loop, I guess, that I can put around the ring finger.
Yeah,
propose. Hey, I don't got a ring right now, but just put this in your ring finger.
That's it.
But no, I think for me, in a sense, it's just I haven't been in a relationship in 4 years. I'd say 3 to 4 years, and the last time I really like, I'll even go back to the situation where I first talked about where it was kind of a leading on situation. Whether or not like people agree with that, but I felt it was like a leading on situation. I think the reason I want to stay single especially because of my last like situation where I was kind of leading on is because of the length of time I've already been single. I think I felt really, really strongly in that situation, especially because probably the first time I've been thrust into that position where it's like, oh, these feelings of affection. It's been a very long time since I felt like something was going somewhere. Not even just like feelings, because in that time I've definitely felt feelings for somebody.
So you started picturing a future with her?
Yeah, for sure. I started picturing things started picturing things not necessarily like super long term, but like started seeing maybe like a bit ahead, right?
Trips and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not even that, just like a relationship starting. That like I don't like to think too far ahead myself in that sense, but
I think about having kids with the girl on the second date.
Like right after the second date?
Right after
I mean, they have to marry you at that point.
Yeah,
No, I'm
exactly,
playing.
exactly.
But yeah, I just think like, especially because of the long-term affection, it could like, or long-term going without affection, it definitely thrust forward that where I might have felt a little too hasty on my end. That's just me being devil's advocate of my own situation. But yeah, and the reason I kind of want to stay single is because I don't know. I think for me, just looking back onto it, and this just might be me shooting myself in the foot, but it's just looking back on it, it just seems very exhausting and stressful to go through that over and over again. To really put yourself in that situation where it's like, oh, is it going to work out or it's not going to work out? And think about it. Like, yeah, it only takes one, but how many times do you have to go through that to find that one person? So that's why I'm like, if they come to me, they do. If I'm put into a situation like that, then great. But otherwise, like, I don't think I'm really gonna go out to chase, or like, I don't think I'm the type of person to randomly ask somebody out on a date. Like I would like to see chemistry develop before I kind of get somewhere to that point.
That brings up a really good topic too, where it's
Ooh.
like, you got to be friends with the girl before you start dating.
Yeah, not best friends.
Not best friends, but
You guys have
yeah. So it's like one of those risks. So it's like that's why. So I guess last weekend I fell on that line where it's like, are we just going to be friends or are we going to start dating? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a tough thing. I think every guy and girl friend, not every guy and girlfriend, but if you're like getting into the top 5, top 3 of friends, of your friends, I think they have to go through that question. It's like,
not necessarily like, I think it's one of those things where you just have to definitely contemplate on it. It's like, oh, if I have this girl that's like really getting close to me as like a friend, I'm like, do I feel something about it? Do I not? And it's really, I think in that situation, it's pretty easy to tell. Like, do I feel something? Does this person evoke a romantic feeling out of me? And you just gotta be straightforward with yourself to really see if it's a yes or a no. Yeah. So it is what it is.
have you ever been obsessed with a girl before?
Oh yeah, of course. Like, what do you mean by obsessed? Like
you wake up in the morning and you just think of her.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely been like, I think.
A girl that you haven't dated.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have. I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, did they text me like overnight, or did I get a snap or something like that? Or
Nothing even matters. Like I can, like you saw my phone, how many unread messages I have.
Yeah.
But I always open like yours. Okay, I leave you on red sometimes.
You do leave me on red. You do leave me on red.
But hers, I never leave on red. Like I see it, she's priority.
Yeah. Fucking guy leaving me on red. At least I have the decency to not make you think I've looked at it and just left it. Okay? If I see your message and I don't reply, like I'll be like, okay, I'll get back to it, but at least I'll remember by not leaving it on red. You know, if the notification's still there, I will get back to it. This guy leaves me on red and forgets about it for like
I do.
a jillion years. I
have pretty short-term memory, can't lie.
Yeah, like just like you forgot to change your name for the volleyball league.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, you mother.
Also, I was supposed to open the list at 11 a.m. today, and I opened at 11:06, and everyone was kind of mad. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
We still love you.
But I'll always remember the love that I had for that girl in 2021.
I mean, especially like, I think as of now in my like short-term memory of like maybe last like few years, I think I'll remember specifically how I felt in those situations. For sure, I'll remember those things. Yeah. I'll remember what it feels like. I'll remember like what I wanted from it. But I also remember what I didn't get out of it, and that's one of the biggest lessons that you can take into moving to find somebody that you want.
Yeah.
Right. So.
The biggest reason why I think it's okay. I mean, this 2023 girl's okay is because the 2021 girl, I used to look forward. Like I used to count down the days till I saw her. Whereas this one is like, yeah, I'll see her tonight, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But like when you hang out with them.
I wasn't obsessed, yeah. But at the same time, I hung out with the 2023 girl way more than 2021 girl. But
yeah. Crazy.
But at the same time, Mom, if you're watching this, don't worry. I'm being smart with the girls. I pick and choose very carefully.
Is your mom a big fan of us? Or does she listen to our podcasts?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't be surprised if she does.
Just trying to see if there's some information and tidbits she can take out of it.
I think when we had that conversation last weekend with the 2023 girl, bro, like, she's like, why me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I told her, I'm like, hey, like, you know how many girls I talked to because of, like, volleyball and just, like, other things and everything. I probably, you know, but, like, I chose you because, like, I like you for you kind of thing.
Right.
And she didn't really believe it. And I kind of had to prove my point, but, you know, it still didn't work. But, okay. Yeah, because, like, it's very hard for me. As much as it sounds like I fall in love with a different girl every day, it's sections. I only fall in love with one girl.
Yeah.
But I'm consistent for months.
That's fair. Okay.
Is that true or not? Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that is true.
Yes.
Oh, I will say that, like, I've had... This just reminds me of a time in high school, when I was younger. You know, I hate that I have to say it like that, but there was a girl in high school in my, like, final year where I once told her, like, I admitted to her that I liked her. I had a crush on her. And what proceeded, I guess, from that was, like, a back and forth, but also, in a sense, a leading on to an extent of, like, she'd show me attention. Like, I was constantly, like, talking and messaging and stuff like that, but she'd, like, show me attention every now and then she'd, like, talk to me like nothing was going on or nothing, like, was like that. And it went back and forth like that for, I'd say, good 3 to 4 months. And when it's high school, bro, you take that shit kind of a little more seriously just because you don't really know how to handle that. Like, not even seriously, but, like, you're definitely feel more of that because you don't know how to handle it. And the funny part was, this is from a vague memory. I think what she had told me was, like, I didn't really start to feel this way super strongly till about, like, recently, till I realized that you were kind of just serious on chasing me. And so that really kind of takes in, like, at least for half of that portion of the time I wanted to be, like, be with her, she wasn't taking that seriously. And it just kind of goes to show that, like, sometimes hard work can work out, but sometimes you're still, remember, like, there'll be times where they might still not, no matter what, if you start out, they might not be feeling the same way as you. And that's a certain type of leading on anyways, but that just means you're successful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's also what love is all about. It's like finding two people that love each other.
Exactly. And it's like, loving each other the same doesn't necessarily start at the same rate. That's a big thing to really think about. It's like, some person might not even realize they like you as much as they do. Or some person might not feel that way at the start and just develop that after seeing the kind of person you are truly. So you gotta let things go with the flow. Not even just go, I hate that term, go with the flow. You gotta let things develop. You gotta let things kind of run their course and see what the outcome really is. And I truly believe that we're all in charge of our own outcomes to a certain extent. So you gotta, if you want the outcome that you want, then you gotta work for it. And if it doesn't happen, then not everything is meant to be in those outcomes too. So just buck up and get ready for the next one.
Deep talks on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, I know. And we got volleyball in like what, an hour?
I'm thinking of just laying in my bed and crying, bro. I'm not going to volleyball no more.
I'm just gonna snap you crying.
That one hit too hard, bro.
It's okay.
Too hard.
I mean, we were due for a deep talk. To be fair, like last week we were talking about who would look better in a fucking bikini.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. All right. Before we wrap everything off, I'm going to refer to Ludacris in the song Baby, where he's like, when I was 13,
I had my first love. And then I can't rap the next part.
Who was your first love? Who was the... Okay, let's not use the word love. Let's see. Who was the first girl that you were obsessed with?
Ooh,
that got you, like, you were going to school, or it was probably school years, right?
It was definitely elementary school years.
So like elementary school years, and you were just excited to fucking go home to school and just see her. And when she gave you a hug, it just, you know.
Okay, so I definitely developed feelings for this girl. I still remember her to this day.
Name the name. Fuck it.
Do I?
I'll name my name.
I will name the first name of the girl.
Okay, go.
Her name was Samantha.
Yeah.
And she was, I didn't even really think of it at the time, but it was like when I was in grade 8, because we were in split class, grade 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And she was grade 7, I was grade 8, and I just thought like I thought she was like kind of at first like just a cool person, and then we'd talk all the time on Messenger and Facebook and all that stuff all the time. And the toughest part about that is, I guess it's one of those things where you just keep talking, you develop something. Like develop type of feeling. And I just remember all the time I'd like talk to her and stuff like that, and then it was really stupid of me because people ended up finding out, and then I didn't get to I didn't have the balls to say it to her, so somebody ended up telling her anyways. So it was just a really stupid thing where I just kind of didn't want to confront that fact or just tell her that I liked her, you know. And for grade 8, like, yo, just tell some, like, in my opinion, if I really did, just tell her, because it's a grade 8. Nothing's gonna fucking happen from that shit. But yeah, that was like the first one I remember, because like she could run, she was athletic. What's it called? Italian girl, because I grew up with Italians in elementary school. But yeah, like a lot, and one of the things that egged me on about it was like I had one or two friends saying, "Oh, you'd look cute with her," and that kind of pushed that narrative in your head. You know, they like literally just. Those are the worst. It literally just pushes that narrative. What was yours?
Yeah, no. Back then it sucked, especially like you were probably the tiny kid back then too.
I was a tiny kid back. I'm still somewhat the tiny kid now.
No, but like you were super small back then. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think I haven't told the podcast this before, or have I?
You have, yeah.
Yeah. Like I think till grade 9. No, grade 9. I came into grade 9 at 4'11", but in grade 7, 8, I was actually 4'9".
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was very short, very very small.
Samantha was older than you.
She was my height.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I believe. I hope.
I was a lover boy at a very young age. I think my first ever time I've ever developed feelings for like a girl is probably like grade 3, to be honest.
Damn.
Yeah. But like, I don't even remember her name. I'll be honest with you. She like moved in like grade 4 or something. But I remember we had to give like the Valentine's Day cards, and then all my cards didn't have hearts on it, but only for hers I put a heart, and you know.
Right.
So this is like 2007 or 2006. So like it's been a while. No, yeah, 2007 Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, that was the first one, and then after that, the next significant one was grade 5. I told her, I'm not naming names. Fuck that. I'm sorry. Wow. I'll name names for the grade 8 one since you said the grade 8 one, because these are like kid ones. Like these are like
that shit doesn't like.
Yeah,
I guess
and they're all in my life still. Like
yeah.
all these other girl crushes are still in my life, so I don't want them to be like, you know, see the pod and be like, fuck, why are you mentioning stuff from grade 5?
Yeah.
But in the grade 5 one, I think "Kiss Me Through the Phone" came out that year, and then that song came on. We were listening to iPod together. I'm just like, I want to do that to you, kind of thing. And she's like, what? And she was like, I think like a year old. She's a year older than me too. So,
you bold.
Yeah. And then that was grade 5. Grade 6, I had another crush. I remember. Holy, this is like trauma dumping. I remember in grade 6. She blah, people are gonna know. My elementary school friends are gonna know now, but whatever. If they remember, they remember. But she had a twin sister, and then the twin sister found out, and then the twin sister came up to me one day, and they're like, "You have a crush on my sister?" I'm like, and then I didn't talk to her since. But yeah, she was. I remember getting excited for her. Grade 7, did I have a crush? Probably. I started developing crush for my grade 8 girl, which was Nancy. Love you, Nancy. We mentioned her earlier in this podcast. Yeah. Nancy. Yeah, shout out Nancy.
Shout out Nancy. Sorry if I make fun of you a lot, or not make fun of you, but like roast a lot. That's just me. Yeah, but it's funny.
So technically, on paper, she was my first ever girlfriend.
Yeah. But
at the same time, it was grade 8. So
yeah.
We didn't even kiss. It was just straight up just hugs.
Yeah, it was just like it was your recess girlfriend.
Yeah, straight up. So yeah, but I just remember being super excited, talking to her every day on Messenger, etc. And I think I developed feelings for her when we were playing soccer in grade 7, and then she kicked a ball onto my friend's head, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, that's hot. Dominant. She's no, I'm joking. Oh my god, no, this is gonna fucking kill me. But yeah, and then obviously grade 8 we had like a little thing. Oh, bought her flowers.
Aw,
butterflowers.
That's cute.
I don't know if she remembers that. Wrote her letters.
Yeah.
I don't know if she doesn't have the letter anymore, but I used to be. Yeah, I definitely wrote her 1 or 2 letters. I put my cologne on it so it smelled like me.
Yeah.
I put it in her locker, like, you know, fucking put it into your locker. Yeah, I had the whole spiel. And yeah, those are my earliest crushes. Grade 9, 10, 11. Those are just we don't worry about that.
I had definitely had my crushes in like grade 9, 10, 11 for sure. Yeah.
But the only person that led me on was, I don't know. There's also this girl that I used to talk to throughout high school, and I don't know. She was just a good friend of mine, but at the same time, it's one of those. We had to have those conversations where.
Right. Oh, man. That was a good trip down memory lane, though. I think. Yeah, I guess to even take away from it from just those days, it's like, yo, bro, you're so young. Like,
no, like, you don't even. But at the same time, I remember I used to be like 2021. Nihaal said I'm pretty sure I was just as sad because of Nancy at one point. Nancy, you're my first ever heartbreak. I remember coming to Kumon that day, and I was just like, I told the teacher, I'm like, yo, I broke up with my girlfriend. And she's like, you have a girlfriend in grade 8? What do you even do? What do you even take her on dates? Like, it was like a straight up, my teacher was like a uni kid or something, right? Yeah. She's like, where do you even take her on dates? Like, do you guys go to mini mart together? You know what I'm saying? Like,
your teacher definitely got a good story of that to their friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was fucking depressed that day. I remember I was so sad that day when we broke up.
That's so funny.
But,
you know how you're saying earlier that you bought her flowers?
Yeah.
You know, I think for me, I'm not really big on buying girls flowers in a sense because I like to personalize the gifts more. Like something that they want or something that I notice that they feel like they might need. But the one time I did ever buy a girl flowers was a girl who we ended up like really like, I think it was a girl that we ended up breaking up. So I just can't, like, it was supposed to be ordered to her work. And this was like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I'd like to say 4 or 5 years. And it was already in the midst of a very like tumultuous post breakup thing. So we weren't together, but like I still felt a type of way. And there's a point where I wanted it back. Then I realized the situation and the gravity of what was going on and how bad it was for me. And I ended up canceling that order of flowers. And that's the only time I've ever technically bought a girl flowers, but it was like the gravity of the situation was that she had already kind of like she was still kind of one venting it off towards me in texts about how she felt about the situation. Two, she'd already technically found somebody else that she could potentially move on with. And three, it still felt like there's parts of affection of her that she still wanted me. So it was a really, really shitty, like tough, like situation where I just felt like there was just so much in between this that's like negative that doesn't feel like it's worth the effort for me, I guess, at this point, that I should just like, I shouldn't do it. And if you really look at it in terms of, I guess, you know, when you analyze forks in the road of paths, you never know what could have happened if I'd sent that. But at the same time, it's like, if you look at it realistically, like, there's no way it's worth that effort, in my opinion. And I don't know if you'd feel the same way about that, but like for me, when shit's gotten to hit the fan at that point, there's no way for me it would have been worth.
Once you're begging a girl for your relationship back, that's when you stop.
Yeah, because at that point, whatever side, it's just not worth the effort when somebody's mentally kind of just starting to check out, or somebody's checking out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that Seinfeld episode. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where
I think I do.
Where he's just like, I don't know, it's a clip that I see on TikTok. I don't fucking watch Seinfeld, but
yeah.
He's just like, the girl's breaking up with him, and he's like, okay, don't worry.
Yeah.
On to next, you know, kind of thing. Like he's so like content with his
right?
life, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So it's one of those.
Yeah. And I guess for me to open up on that, I wish I'd kind of noticed that sooner, because I felt like I could have moved on a lot healthier and better after that than like realizing my self-worth in that situation, you know, rather than imagine yourself kind of being led on while you're after a breakup with a girl, you know. It's so fucking weird. It's just like, do you really not see your own self-worth? But yeah, I think we're better now because of it. This was even before this was around the time where I first met you. Yeah, back in this was all transpiring around the first time that I met you. So all that was kind of going on.
You're going through some stuff, but you know, you're just the quiet little Asian guy in the corner.
Yeah, wondering,
stacking boxes, bro.
Yeah.
You think about it, that when you sent me that pile of boxes, bro, I kind of missed that. That was kind of fun. Low key, lowest of. I know it was backbreaking work and stuff, but like the pile,
the cardboard, I think from doing that was definitely one of the more therapeutic things of the job.
Yeah.
Like it was just so chill. We just collect cardboard, toss it in the back. Yeah.
It really opened myself up about warehouses. Like I learned a lot about warehouses because of that job.
Did I ever? We talked about this already when I taught you. You don't have to work this hard.
Yeah.
I remember the first 3 to 4 days. I think even just the first week, I was getting annoyed at you because I'm like, this guy's working way too hard. I'm like, why is this guy hustling so much? Now I just gotta keep up with him. And then I slowly made you into a worse worker.
I
But I think going back to it, like it's just. I don't know. I think if I'm really analyzing that, like, fuck, like, we're, like, to think that we're just shooting the shit at work, and for me, having got all that going on in the background, it's kind of like, holy shit, man. But yeah. We're here now, once again, we're better because of it. We got some good homies by our sides.
Oh, yeah, our old boss at the place followed me on Instagram.
He followed you too? Yeah.
He followed you first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just found it. How long has it been?
What's it called?
He said he was going on a journey and stuff.
Yeah, he's been back on, like, he followed me maybe like about a month and a half ago.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like very good.
Seems
dude.
like a new person. Yeah.
Yeah, very good dude. I think one of the reasons I think pretty much the primary reason we like actually met each other, because I transferred from a different department. He hired you. One of those biggest reason. So yeah, shout out our former boss.
Get him on the pod one day.
Yeah, one day. Shout out OG.
Hell yeah.
But I think this was a pretty heavy podcast, so I think we're gonna take some time to just chill out.
Yes, sir.
Chill out before volleyball. Get our minds right.
I'm still in pajamas. I don't know if you guys could see.
Yeah, he is in pajamas.
I don't know. You guys probably noticed the entire time I was in pajamas. And a super tight shirt because the wash fucked it up, but you know,
it's okay. Once you start like working on getting jacked, but that's gonna look like a muscle team. Bro.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So down.
Yeah, but yeah. Remember, honestly, guys, at the end of the day, a lot of our inputs and our values and our opinions on this. It's just based off our experiences,
Exactly.
how we think. Doesn't mean we necessarily think it applies to everybody else.
Yeah.
It's about it. Everybody has to find their own way in life. Everybody has to find out what works for them. But this is how we really feel about what we go through.
If it sounded like we're pushing down other people, like especially like when I talked about like hookup culture and broken people and stuff, I don't know. That's just kind of like my opinion, what I've seen. But maybe there's another side. If you can, just argue in the comments. Be like, hey, not everyone that does that is broken, or something like that.
We always love it when people share their opinions with us, right?
Yeah, that's what podcasts are all about, right? It's just say it and
put it out there to be judged in a way.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, speaking of that, let us know down in the comments what you thought of what we've gone through, or not even what we've gone through, but what we think about like being led on, certain situations in relationships, anything that's similar to you guys about this. We always love to hear what you guys talk about and what you feel about what we talk about. Check us out on YouTube every week on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. New episodes every week. At Across the Street Pod on Instagram, TikTok. What else are we on? Oh yeah, and then check out our podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. We're all on that right now. Check us out on those, and we are releasing like TikToks and Reels all the time. We're always putting out some content.
I don't know about all the time. I'm supposed to be in charge of that, but
the TikToks, fuck you, bro. The Reels, we release a few every week. But yeah, keep an eye out for us there. Let us know what you want to hear from us on the next podcast. Let us know what topics to talk about. DM us, message us. Our Instagrams are down below in the description on YouTube. Just feel free to follow us, DM us, show us some love. We appreciate it all the time.
I'm tired. Let's sleep. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna cry and sleep
At the same time?
at the same time
Tonight?
tonight.
Okay, that's okay.
All right. Peace.
All right, take it easy, guys.